I remember every detail of the first day we met because it was the day my heart chose you. I didn't say it then, but I've loved you since that moment, and now I can't hide it any longer. From the first day, I knew there was something special about you. I didn't have the courage to tell you how I felt, but I have loved you since then, and those feelings have only grown stronger. I was overwhelmed the first day I saw you, and I didn't understand why. But now I know it was love. I've loved you since that first moment, even if I never said it. That first day with you was unforgettable. I didn't realize it at the time, but my heart already knew. I've loved you from that moment on, and every day since has only made that love grow. I was too afraid to say it back then, but the truth is, I've loved you since the very first day we met. My heart recognized something special in you that I couldn't explain. The first time I saw you, my heart felt something it had never felt before. I didn't say it then, but I've loved you since that first day, and it's a love that has only deepened with time. It was instant, that connection I felt the first day we met. I was afraid to tell you, but I have loved you since that moment, and that love has only grown stronger. I kept my feelings hidden from you that first day, but my heart knew the truth. I've loved you since then, and with every passing moment, my love for you has only intensified. The first time I met you, I felt like I had known you forever. I didn't say it, but I have loved you from that first day, and I've carried that love with me ever since. I didn't realize it at the time, but that first day, my heart was already yours. I've loved you since that moment, and no matter how much time passes, that love remains. From the very first moment, something about you captured my heart. I didn't know how to say it then, but I have loved you since that first day, and I've never stopped. I should have told you from the beginning, but I didn't know how. I've loved you since the first day, and even though I never said it, my heart has never let go of you. I didn't understand it back then, but the truth is, I've loved you since the very first day we met. My heart recognized something in you that I couldn't ignore. There was something about that first day that stayed with me, something I couldn't shake. I realize now that it was love. I've loved you since that moment and every day after. I didn't say it then because I didn't think you'd believe me. But from the first day, I've loved you. Every glance, every conversation only made me realize how deep my feelings were. I remember thinking that something was different about you that first day, something that drew me in. I didn't say it then, but I have loved you since that very moment. I've carried this secret for so long, but the truth is, I have loved you since the first day we met. My heart chose you then, and it has never looked back. I didn't know how to tell you, but I've loved you since the very first day we met. I held back out of fear, but my heart knew what it wanted from the start. I never told you, but from the moment I met you, my heart belonged to you. I've loved you since that first day, even if I didn't have the courage to say it. It's been on my mind since the very first day we met. I've loved you from that moment. I didn't tell you then, but every part of me knew you were the one. The connection was instant, undeniable, but I didn't tell you how I felt. I have loved you since that first day, and I can't hold it in any longer. From the first day, I knew there was something about you that I couldn't ignore. I didn't say it then, but I've loved you since that moment and haven't stopped since. I didn't speak up back then, But the truth is, I've loved you since the very first day we met. I knew from the start that you were someone special. There was magic in that first day, something I couldn't explain. I've loved you since that moment, even though I kept it to myself. I should have told you back then, but I didn't know how. From the very first day, I have loved you, and now I can't keep it a secret any longer. That first day was the beginning of something I didn't fully understand at the time. But now I know. I've loved you since then, and my heart has never let go. I didn't tell you then because I was afraid of how you'd react. But from the first day, I have loved you. My heart recognized you even before I did. There was something about you that caught my heart from the very first moment. I didn't say it then, but I have loved you since that first day and every day after. From the moment I laid eyes on you, my heart has been whispering your name. I didn't have the courage to say it out loud then, but I have loved you from that very first day. My feelings have only grown deeper since. I remember the first time we met. Something about you felt so familiar, so right. I should have told you then how you made my heart race, but I held it in. Now I can't stop thinking about how much I've loved you from the start. Looking back, I realize that I've loved you from the first day I saw you. I tried to push those feelings aside, convinced that it was just infatuation. But here I am, unable to deny that my heart has always belonged to you. The first time I saw you, everything else faded into the background. I felt something then that I didn't understand, but now it's clear. I have loved you all along, and I should have told you sooner. I remember that day so clearly, the day I met you. I never imagined I could feel something so strong for someone so quickly. Now, I wish I had told you from the beginning how much I cared. I was afraid to tell you how I felt back then, scared of what it might mean. But deep down, I knew from the start that you were the one. Now, all I can think about is how much I've loved you since that first day. You have no idea how many times I almost told you. From the very first moment, there was something between us, something I was too afraid to admit. But now, I want you to know that I've loved you since then. I didn't say it then, but my heart knew from the start. Every smile, every glance, was a reminder of the love that started growing the first time I saw you. I wish I had told you sooner. The day we met, something in me shifted. I felt a connection, an unspoken bond, but I kept it inside. Now I look back and realize I have loved you since that very first day. I thought it was too soon to feel what I felt, so I kept it to myself. But the truth is, I have loved you from the moment we met, and every day since, those feelings have only grown stronger. You were the first person to make me feel alive in a way I couldn't explain. I didn't tell you then, but I have loved you from that very moment, and it's only gotten deeper with time. I wish I had told you sooner, but from the first time our eyes met, I knew. There was something undeniable between us, and even though I didn't say it, I have loved you from that first day. The moment I met you, I knew something was different. It wasn't just a passing feeling, it was love, real and undeniable. I've loved you since that first day, even though I never said a word. It feels like a lifetime ago when we first met, and yet the memory is so vivid. I didn't tell you then, but my heart chose you the moment we crossed paths. I have loved you from the start. I stayed silent, but my heart was screaming from that first moment we met. Every part of me knew you were the one, And now, after all this time, I can't keep it inside anymore. I have loved you since then. There was magic in that first meeting, something that told me you were special. I didn't have the courage to say it then, but I have loved you since that very first day, and my heart has never let go. The connection we had that first day, it was undeniable. I didn't speak up, but my heart knew what I felt. I have loved you since that moment, and every day since, even if you never knew. I remember that first day like it was yesterday. The way you looked at me, the way you smiled. I should have told you then that I loved you. But here I am, still holding on to the love that began that day. I couldn't understand it at the time, how someone I just met could make me feel so much. But now, looking back, I realize that was love. I have loved you since that first day, even if I never said it out loud. I tried to convince myself that it was too soon to feel so deeply, but the truth is, I have loved you since the moment we met. I just didn't have the words back then, but my heart has always known. It was in that first smile, that first conversation, that I knew something was different with you. I kept it to myself, thinking it was too early to call it love. But now I know I've loved you since that first day. I didn't tell you then, but the first time we met, my heart was already yours. Every moment since has been a reminder that I've loved you from the very beginning. I thought I was imagining it, that feeling of certainty when we first met. But looking back now, I realize it was love, pure and real. I've loved you since that first day, even if I didn't say it. I wish I could go back to that first day and tell you how I felt. I didn't say it then, but my heart knew the truth. I have loved you from that very moment. I didn't want to scare you off by saying it too soon, but the truth is, I've loved you since that first day. Every moment since has only made me realize how deep that love runs.